Be careful for what you pray for. Be careful for what you pray for. God, what are you doing? What are you doing, Father God? Happy Saturday, September 7th, 2024. Last Monday, we talking 5 days ago, I went to the Labor Day West Indian American Parade, Brooklyn, the Eastern Parkway Strip, which would go through Brownsville, Crown Heights, Prospect, Lefferts Garden, Flatbush, East Flatbush. It goes through those 4 towns in Brooklyn. I didn't plan on going. I did say it has to be on the bucket list, because when I went before, I don't know what annual it was. I don't know how many years they've been doing it, but I was maybe 12 or 13 when I went to the first one. Not their first one, my first one. I went with my Uncle Greg, Idris William Thomas. Granddaddy kicked his ass out. And my mother said, okay, you could stay with me. And so he stayed with his sister and her children. And Labor Day came, and Grandma and Granddaddy lived not far from the parade route. My mother, Greg, moved with us in Coney Island. So we took the train from Coney Island, got off Grand Army Plaza Station, where the big library is at, the main one for Brooklyn campus. And then when you ride the train from Grand Army Plaza to Utica, that might be 5 stations. You got Grand Army Plaza, Franklin, Nostrand, Kingston, Utica. It's at least 5 train stations. So when you 12 or 13, you like, that's a lot to walk. Because we took that same route all the time going to Grandma's house from Coney Island. You stay on the train. You don't get off at Grand Army Plaza and walk the rest of the way to Grandma's house. Nope. Because even when you got off at Utica Avenue, you had to go what we call up the hill or down the hill. There was a hill on Utica. I think you're going down it when you're going to Grandma's, and when you're going back home, you go up the hill. Grandma's block or house, her and Granddaddy's home, was a good 10 to 15 blocks from the Utica train station. You could catch a bus, but we always walked. Today, the youth, the bus driver open the door, they just get in. They don't say, excuse me, ma'am, excuse me, sir, I don't have the fare, can I ride? They just get on and have a goddamn seat. But back then, if you entered the bus, you was expected to pay a fare, or the bus wasn't moved. You just couldn't get away with it like you're doing now, getting away with that. What kills me is these same people, they got Jordans on, they got Apple iPhone watches on their wrists, they got their hair done, their nails done, everything did, and you can't afford a punk ass $2. 90-cent Metro card swipe and take a ride on the bus? Oh my God, it'd be killing me. Okay, but that's not the topic of the story. It's already 5 minutes in the video. I'll be dragging. God, what are you doing? So I was 12, 13 when I went to the parade. It was so festive. It was so beautiful. It was like the one time in my life I saw my race all together in a cultural, festive type of environment. The weather cooperated. It was beautiful. People was repping their flags. Shout out Barbados. Shout out all of the Caribbean nations. Shout out Jamaica. Shout out Trinidad and Tobago. Shout out the Virgin Islands, British and American. All of the Caribbean islands. If I missed some, I'm sorry. But all of Haiti, everybody was out there. And it was beautiful, beautiful. So by the time me and my uncle, I don't know if my other siblings was with me. I know it was definitely me and my uncle. But by the time we walked from Grand Army Plaza, I knew it was going to be a walk. I said, look, Uncle Greg, if it get too much, I'm going to just walk to the next nearest train station stop. I'm going to take the train the rest of the way. But who knows? What was that, only 2 miles, 3 miles? I don't know how many miles. But for me, I didn't want to walk it. Next thing we know, and we walking at a slow pace. My feet didn't say, oh, I'm tired. And the next thing you know, we was at Utica. We basically did the whole parade route. And I always said, since it was so nice, I gotta come back. I gotta come back. And it took me 45 plus years before I came back. Now, I never left the state of New York. I never left the city of New York. So why did it take 45 years? Plus years. I'm saying plus because I don't remember. I think I was 12 or 13. I'm 59 today. So it was definitely minimum 45 years ago that I went. And I wanted to go every year, every year, every year. But every year, something was going on. Even back then, when me and Uncle Greg walked, there was some violence nearby because I didn't hear shots, but there was violence nearby. And when I say nearby, it might have been 3 or 4 blocks away, and crowd was pointing and looking, and so that probably freaked me out. I probably said, But I probably was a little nervous before I even got there, but because Uncle Greg was there, I figured I'd be okay. And even though whatever was happening 2, 3 blocks away, there wasn't anxiety like, oh my God, I ain't never doing this shit. No, it wasn't like that. It was tens of thousands of people. So if 1 or 2 out of tens of thousands is disrupting everything, we others overrode what the fuck they was doing. But that might have prevented me from returning or taking 45 plus years. Each year that the parade went, I don't want to say each year, but many, we talking 4 decades plus, consecutive years, you always heard about violence. Who got shot, who got murdered. One year in the Juve is the celebration before the parade, and I forget which mayor it was, but he had a Caribbean American, he had a staff member that joined the parade and got shot and died. And that was a aide that worked for one of our New York City mayors. I forget which mayor it was, but I'm like, dag, if he not safe, forget it. But every year there was something. Every year there was something. And I said, hell no. Then, okay, my health just started to deteriorate. This is 2024. The health started bugging out in 2014. So definitely the last 10 years I said no. But prior to that, I wanted to go, okay, bottom line, fast forward. You ain't been to the parade in 45 plus years. Okay. I told myself, and I didn't plan on going to the parade. You see my hair? Ray did my hair again. And Ray's shop is not far from the parade route. So after Ray did my hair, me and Robert had an argument, so I didn't want to go back to the house, round two, ding, ding, ding with him. So I said, in the back of my mind, you did say you wanted to go back to the parade, right? You do look cute. Ray did your hair and Wendy did your nails and your toes and your eyebrows and got Aunt Bunny mustache off your chinny chin chin. You still look good. Go to the damn parade. So the B12 bus is right there near Ray's and Wendy's shop. I didn't wait long. It came very fast. I hopped on it. The B12 bus lets me off on Pitkin Avenue and Howard Avenue intersection. And then I said to myself, my mother had an apartment. It was either her or Sam. One of them had an apartment on Howard Avenue between Pitkin and I don't know what the other street was. But I remember this block 50 years ago. I lived on this block 50 years ago. They knocked the buildings down. They might have been 9 stories, 10 stories tall. They knocked the buildings down, and in their place, they put up 4-story little projects. So the bus turns, makes that left from Pitkin, and now they're on Howard. And it's not even the bus stop, it's the corner. I said, sir, I was close to the front. Sir, bus driver, can I please get off right here? I thought you said you wanted to go to the parade. I do, but you're not going straight. When he made the left, I don't know the B12 route, but if he would have stayed on Pitkin Avenue, it would have merged Pitkin and East New York Avenue and Howard Avenue. All three are the same intersection. I thought he was going to stay straight on Pitkin or merge into East New York Avenue, and then, but when he made that left, he's further from the parade route, and I got issues with walking. But I stand 16 hours a day for white corporate America when they be stinking my title, security. Blacks secure their buildings, Hispanics clean it. They're white corporate America think we're their slaves. But I slave to the rhythm and I gets that bread. And I said, your feet and your legs hurt every day, but you still go to work and stand for corporate America. You're gonna walk the fucking parade, even if you're having these challenges with walking, standing on swollen ankles. So the driver let me out. As soon as he let me out, right there on the corner of Howard, Pitkin, East New York Avenue, the 4-story looking project that they built, that's probably been there 30 years now. But a lady had her little tent, tables. All I saw was grub on the table. I said, "Miss, can I buy a plate?" She pointed to another lady. So that must have been her operation. I said, "Ma'am, may I please buy a plate from you?" "Sure, what would you like?" First of all, I thought the setup was for her family, her friends, which it probably was. But she says, "Shoot, while I'm at it, if somebody want to buy a plate, I'm going to sell them a plate." She ain't had no signs up saying, "This is for sale, that's for sale." And I said, "You got potato salad?" She said, "I don't have potato salad. I got macaroni salad. I got peas and rice. I got salad. I got barbecue chicken. I got burgers, Frank." I said, "Everything I just mentioned, give me that. No burgers, no Franks. Give me peas and rice. Give me barbecue chicken. Give me macaroni salad. And give me the regular garden salad, lettuce, tomato. And a bottled water, please." And she charged me $10. All these restaurants in Manhattan around the sites I be working, that would have been a $15, $17 plate. She charged me $10, including the bottled water. She gave me 3 pieces of barbecue chicken. My plate was full. I was full. I was going to hold the plate in my hand, eat it as I walked the parade route. I already had a bag on my shoulder, and it was a big bag. I threw everything in there. She said, go sit down and eat your food." So there was an extra chair and a little table, and I sat there and I ate my food. I made a little 3-4 minute video. I'll probably put the link there if anybody want to check it out. But then again, I was eating so fast. Maybe the mayonnaise from the macaroni salad was there by my nose. It looked like snot. I didn't even care. I was still talking. And this food is good. And while I'm talking, all this food is... No, I'm not going to show that video. I was getting my grub on. And after I recorded it and then looked, I said, I remember when the food went up there. It's not snot, it's mayonnaise from the salad. Okay, anyway. After I finished eating, I wasn't rushing, but I ate a little fast, but I ate it all. I went to the lady. "Thank you so much for your hospitality. I'm getting ready to do the parade. I'm 59, ma'am." She around the same age as me, and I'm calling her ma'am. "I'm 59, ma'am, and I did the parade only once. I was 12 or 13. It's on the bucket list. I've heard shooting this, shooting that, shooting this. Somebody died, somebody got shot, this, that, this. But guess what? God got me. Whatever danger will be near, God got me. I'm not going to be afflicted. I'm not going to be a victim. I'm going. I want to be around my race, my people." She said, "Enjoy yourself." I said, "Thank you, and I'm really good since I ain't got to worry about food. Thank you." And then I do the parade route. and crazy cops is all over the place. So even though they there, you feel safe, but you also, like, if anything do break out, the cops, some of them are so nervous that their bullets will be flying just like the criminals be flying, and innocent people is going to be caught in the crossfire. So I was not anxious, but I just kept that up front, even though it was a lot of cops. You look at some cars and they were not police cars, but you looked and saw people was inside of them. They were uniformed police. So by the time I get there, the parade is, I got on the Brownsville side of the parade, which begins at around, Buffalo Avenue and Eastern Parkway, Rochester, Rockaway and Eastern Parkway. I'm on Grand Army Plaza is the other end, and when I went 45 years ago, I started at that end. This year, I started at the other end, and I was trekking it. I did not think I was going to walk all the way to Grand Army Plaza. I might have just walked a quarter of a mile or a mile to Utica and U-turn it back. And I'm looking cute. I see somebody selling flags. I need some flags. The lady said 2 for $8. I need the red, black, and green. Do y'all have the red, black, and green? Yes, we have the red, black, and green. So the man that was working with her, he gives me red, black, green, and yellow. Much respect to Rastafari, but I want red, black, and green. He kept looking, digging, they found it. 2 for $8. I said, mister, can you please help me? And he did something, because the flag looked like a big handkerchief, basically. And he did something where how the Bloods and the Crips, they put their little flag in the front of them, and it takes up most of their neck and most of their chest area. And then he tied it behind my back so you could see the red, black, and green on my neck. And then since it was 2 to 8, he, like you roll a joint, he took the handkerchief and like rolled it, looked like a long string, and then he tied it on my left wrist. Now I'm cute. And then I said, okay, when I walk and people see my cute self, well, what flag is she representing? No, it wasn't Panama. No, it wasn't Trinidad and Tobago. No, it wasn't Jamaica. No, it wasn't Haiti. No, it wasn't the Virgin Islands. You have black people that's born in America. They had the United States flag. 13 stars and stripes, Betty Ross shit. I said, leave them alone. At the end of the day, we all are enslaved Africans, born in America, born in Trinidad, born in Jamaica. We all just got dropped off. We all boarded different ships. Some was on the Portuguese ship, some was on the British ship. All of them, the Belgium ship, they all participated in the slave trade. So we all was on different ships. They went to 52 of the 54 nations in Africa. Only Liberia and only Ethiopia was not colonized. Do your history. The other 52 nations were. So France, Belgium, all of them. That's why a lot of our Africans speak English, speak French, speak Portuguese, speak Spanish. Yes, Dominicans, y'all darker than me, talking about I'm not black, I'm Dominican. Don't confuse race with ethnicity. We are all the same people, but you want to identify with the language because the lighter skinned white, or they say brown, people that speak Spanish, you think you're Spanish because you speak like them. And you're darker than me, but you're not black. Okay, I'm leave that alone. But we all was on different ships, and we all landed where we landed. So while you was in the sugarcane field and you was in the tobacco field, you know, I was in the cotton field when Trump said, "Make America great." Who made America great? France, Britain. It was on the backs of blacks, Africans, enslaved. So with all due respect, at the parade, when people had their flags, I looked, okay, they from Jamaica, they from Trinidad. But when you saw my flag, it just said red, black, and green. Race first. That's what Marcus Garvey said. Your race comes first. Don't let religion, oh, I'm Catholic, I'm Baptist, I'm Protestant, I'm Muslim, I'm Jehovah Witness. No, you was African before you was all of that. One day you can be a Jehovah Witness, and the next day you're Muslim, and then the next day you're Catholic. Race comes first. So I was very proud that they had the flag. I was very proud to rep that at the parade. And we're approaching a half an hour of this video, so I'll wind it down. But God, what are you doing? And God, be careful for what you pray for. I'm 2 years and 2 months separated from my husband. He is a bum motherfucker. You don't take God's gift, which was me, and hawk mucus spit and then spit in God's face. That's what he did to me. I go to my grave knowing that's what he did to me. Meanwhile, I'm thanking God. God, thank you for putting this man in my life. Thank you. I'm so happy. I am a happy person because you put him in my life. And then 28 years, I find out stuff that other people knew day one. My slow ass took 28 years and 2 months to figure the fuck out. He is demonic. He plays in the devil's playground. And during the separation, I fought to save my marriage. I cried. I did everything. Husband, I love you. Fix this. Is there another person? You in midlife crisis? Just tell this person, look, I'm married. Okay, I'm going back to my wife. I'm sorry. I made a mistake. I did 28 years of work. 18 of it was marriage. 28 years of work. Somebody else comes and able to benefit from my 28 years of work. And God let me see 2 things at the parade that had me questioning, God, what are you doing? And also be careful what you pray for. My husband said, you think it's somebody else? It's not nobody else. Then why? Why am I getting calls every 88 days? Why you never answer the phone when I call you? Why you only text me on weekends? Text, not talk, text. And when I speak to you, oh, the few times you answer the phone, oh, let me take this call. I call you right. Why you ain't, no, I gotta take this call. I'm gonna call you right back. Click. Not even letting me finish saying click. And then you don't call me back. I got my answer Labor Day. Who was sitting on the bench with his knees open and a woman standing in front of him while he's sitting on the bench? Because I'm walking the parade route and I see a man on the bench. I'm kind of blind. I said, that looked like my husband. Keep walking till you get closer toward the bench, because you know everybody look like him. Yeah, that might not be him. And the closer and closer and closer I got, and it was him. And he was with his woman, a 300-pound motherfucking whale. You dumped me for a fucking whale. Part of me wanted to approach the bench. Oh, this is who you left me for? Oh, I have no idea if this lady even knows he's married or if he told her we're divorced. But now I know why I didn't get no phone calls returned, and this bitch is 300 pounds. She will fuck this nigga the fuck up. This is why she will fuck his ass up. I kid you not, she's about 300 pounds. I'm 230 pounds and she was bigger than me. I didn't see her face though. Because if he's sitting on the bench with his knees open, she's in front of him standing. Like if they was in the house naked, it would be like she's on top of him and he's, y'all know what I'm trying to say. I think y'all know what I'm trying to say. But so me passing, I only see her back and her left side body profile, her right side body profile. I can't see her face, her chest, her stomach. I can't see none of her front, because that is in front of him standing while he is sitting on the bench. Her whole body is in the middle of both of his knees. So I didn't see her face, but he saw me and I saw him. And he gave me a look. But he couldn't say shit because his 300-pound whale was there. So when I say, God, what are you doing? About an hour before I bumps into him on the bench, I see a gentleman from my past. And my husband knows of this man, and that man knows of my husband. But I said I was only married to my husband for 18 years, but we've been together 28 years. There was no ring on my finger 28 years ago. 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19. The ring was on my finger 18 years. Was I creeping? No. But there was periods that me and my husband was not really together. But I still say 28 because it was an off and on thing, off and on, off and on. In between those off and ons, I met this person And I've always said to this person how much I love this man. He was not my husband yet, but when I would explain the problems and issues in the relationship, he's like, that guy's not good for you. He treats you wrong. You need to get with me. And I'm like, but my heart was where it was. I did have a fling that probably lasted under 2 years off and on with this man. And me and my husband bumps into this man while we was still married. Before we was separated, we still married. We're on the train, the J train to Queens. And the whole time I'm in the train car, you know, I don't see nobody, but we got to get off the last stop. And the train is emptying out closer to the last stop. Now it's approaching the last stop. It's like only 4 or 5 people in the car. I look, and there's the person at the end of the car. Me and my husband's toward the middle of the car. I see him, he see me, he smile, I smile. And my husband catches me smiling. He said, who you smiling at? I said, I know this guy. I know this person. The conductor says, last stop, everybody off. The doors open. The man gets out and he goes his way. But me and him is real excited to bump into each other because at that point, we ain't seen each other in over a decade. 10, 11, 12 years had passed since the last time I seen him. The last time I seen him, we did have a blow-up argument, and that's what propelled me. I'm like, because my husband was asking me for the longest, marry me, marry me, marry me, marry me. And out of 28 years, it took me 10 years before I said yes. What made me say yes was after me and this person had an argument. And I'm like, you know what? Fuck you. And then there was an off period. And then when it was an on period with my husband and he asked me, I said yes. Now wait till this nigga find out me and my husband were getting married. It was really on some vengeful shit that I was very mad at this person. But even though I'm mad, now I'm married. And he crossed my mind a few times. And I seen him on this train a good 5 years ago. So if this is 2024, it might have been 2019. I saw him on the train. I didn't stop speaking. I spoke. My husband ain't say nothing. I was like, how's everything? Everything's good. How's your children? How's your family? He said, everything's good. I said, how's your mom, Missy, the lady, Miss Elaine? My mom passed away. I said, oh my God, I'm so sorry. All right then, you have a good life. Good seeing you. That was it. It's not, oh, let me get your number or nothing. My husband's jealousy kicked in. Who's that? Who's that? Who's that? When I finally tell him who that person is, he's furious because he knows of him. They both know of each other, but they both never met each other. He said, that's him. That's that nigga. That's him. We went to the left coming out the train, and he went to the right. The train station is 10 cars long, and there's an exit on each end. We went off the left exit. Now he wants to run to the front exit and confront this man. I said, leave him alone. What are you doing? I ain't seen this man in over a decade plus. What are you doing? Did me and you know we was gonna bump into him in the train? He damn near was in the car the entire time until we got to the last stop. Stop tripping. You're tripping right now. You are tripping. And then when I talked like that, he calmed down. I said, we're not going over there like that. But I was very unhappy in my marriage in 2019. It took 3 years later before I said I gotta separate. Now, if I was a nasty bitch, I would have just went straight to him and talked to him. Oh, this nigga, I'm getting ready to dump his ass. Can I have your number? I didn't do no shit like that. Because I love my husband and we was gonna fix our problems. But he knew off the bat who I was with. It wasn't like, oh, that's your, he knew that was my husband. But my husband didn't know who he was till I mentioned his name. Now he want to run all the way down to the other side of the train station, confront this man and argue. No, we're not doing those. So that's why I said, God, what are you doing, Father? What are you doing, Father? You let me, I had no idea that I was fulfilling my bucket list and go back to the Labor Day parade. If me and Robert wouldn't have gotten into no argument after I got my hair done, I was going to go to the apartment and finish unpacking because I left Jersey and moved my stuff in Ramel's apartment, Brownsville, where me and my husband and my children used to live. I was going to finish unpacking. I wasn't going to go to the parade. But I didn't want round two ding, ding, ding with Robert, so I went to the parade. What are the chances that tens of thousands of people, tens of thousands of people, some on the left side of the sidewalk, some on the right side of the sidewalk, and 4 lanes Eastern Parkway in the middle. My husband could have been on the other side on the bench. I wouldn't have never seen him. This person, bottom line, I met both of them on the same side of the street amongst tens of thousands of people. And I said, God, what are you doing? God is awesome because things was on my mind and he manifested them. He said, you always had the parade on the bucket list. I'm gonna make it so you can go to the parade. I did that. He said, your marriage, you was hurting about your marriage. And you wanted to know, you try to believe what your husband say, it's nobody else. I'm gonna show you who the nobody else is. And when you showed me, it was a 300-pound motherfucking whale. You dumped me for a whale. Then I said, be nice. Fat girls need love too. But why be nice? She's not being nice. She gotta know that he got a wife and it's me. And you don't give a fuck. You're fucking with a married man with your 300-pound whale motherfucking ass, bitch. I can't get with women today. You hear in certain circles, get with the women, women get with the women, we gotta support each other. Y'all are some beast motherfucking bitches. Y'all think y'all got the power. Y'all wreck and break up motherfucking homes. Was I ever guilty of that? I don't think so. And did I deal with married people before? I know of one stint I actively knew the person was married, and I did fling. And I don't think the wife ever found out about it. And I didn't flaunt nothing in the wife's face. And her husband damn sure ain't drop her for me. That's what he told me. I'm getting out of here. I'm getting out of this marriage. And she did this to me and she did that to me. And then one day, I'm hanging out with him. And he says, I bought my wife a car. I got the nerve to be mad at him because he bought his wife a car. I'm saying in my mind, you want me to be your new woman, you should have bought me a car. You ain't buy me a car, you bought her a car. Then a little while later, I bought a house and he's showing me the pictures of the house. He even invites me to the house because when the wife sees me, she sees me as one of his co-workers, which he hung out with a crew. All of us work the same job, and some are females and some are males. And most of them are couples. So he could invite them to his house or whatever, and the wife is not going to look funny about it. And the people that work with him is not going to tell the wife, you know, that's his side piece right there, right? So he invited me to the house, pretty house, a lot of land, you know. And so when he made those two major purchases, that's when I knew. I said, I'm just some side piece. I used to drink at the time. All he said was, what was the name of that drink? Absolute and ginger ale. And he would buy Absolute and ginger ale. We work the midnights, we get off in the morning, and he go to the liquor store and he buy Absolute and ginger ale, and he buys me egg and cheese on a roll with diced up hash brown potatoes. And here I go. This sandwich is the bomb diggity. Thank you. Let me get Tropicana orange juice, please, to swallow it down. Thank you. What did he probably tell his homies? All you got to do is buy that bitch a breakfast sandwich and a Tropicana orange juice. Then get her ass drunk off Absolute and ginger ale, and she'll suck your dick. When I realized I was getting used like that, go back to your wife, I'm good. Even told my husband about him. And one time my husband spoke to him because he would call me only on my birthday, only on Christmas, only to tell me, oh, so-and-so passed away from the job since we both retired and don't work there no more. Oh, are you coming to so-and-so's party? Or other than that, I don't hear from him. Oh, this is my new grandson. Oh, this is my new granddaughter. Oh, my daughter got married. Oh, my son. You know, he's letting me know all the milestones in his family. And I'm being cordial and respectful. And my husband one time, if you talk to my wife again, I'm going to tell your wife everything that happened years ago. And homeboy left me alone. But I was leaving him alone anyway. Because at that point, was I attracted to him? Not at all. Sexually, in the bed or out of the bed, I wasn't attracted to him. But we hung out a few times. We had sex. And I knew he was married, and I fucked with him. But that's the only relationship I can say. Here come my boss, so I can't talk right now. Let him pass, and I'll finish this convo. Say that again? Oh, okay.